Hello, hello. My name is Blair, and I'm your host for today. Thank you for joining me here on my YouTube page. So, I wanted to give you guys 5 quick reasons why you should never, ever, 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 ever leave wherever you're from or where you live to live in Belize. Okay, if these 5 things apply to you, then it's probably a good idea not to move to Belize to live, but you can always come and visit. It's a beautiful place, a beautiful vacation spot. So if you're interested in vacationing, come on down. But if any of these 5 things apply to you, don't come to live. Okay, all right, and stick around to the end because there is a bonus one in here for you as well. So now I have notes. I'm gonna be looking down. So let's get into it. We're just gonna dive right in. Number 1, if you can't take the heat, stay out of Belize. Okay. If you don't like the heat, if the heat makes you extremely uncomfortable, right, it's probably not a good idea to move somewhere tropical. Belize is extremely tropical. It's hot. You know, the average temperature is around 85, and I love the heat. You know, I don't like to wear a lot of clothes. Neither do my children. So, you know, not being able to stay home and not wear a lot of clothes, it works for us. However, if you are not that type of person, or if you don't like to wear dresses or short sleeves or what have you, I don't suggest moving to Belize. It gets quite hot. And if you're one of those people that's like, I want to feel all the seasons, I want fall and winter, Belize is not the place for you because there are 2 seasons here. There is hot season and then there is wet season. Well, they call it rainy season, but I call it wet season. It's like, you know, because it's wet outside. It's raining everywhere. You know, it's raining all the time around that season. And so around that time. So yeah, if that's a problem for you, if you like to have all of the seasons and all that jazz, just come and, you know, vacation, but don't live. All right, moving right along. Number 2. If you don't have an entrepreneur spirit, or if you do not have an online source of income, or if you don't have like what are those things called, like a 401k or some type of, you know, a lot of people come out here to retire. If you don't have something that is going to sustain you financially and you're from a different country, it's not a good idea to come out here to live. Because there is this beautiful thing, I think it's a beautiful thing that they have here in Belize, where if a Belizean can do the job, they're going to hire their people first. And I personally find that to be very commendable. And I love how Belizeans are so loyal to one another. In that sense. And so if you don't have an entrepreneur spirit, if you don't have a service or a gift or something that you're going to be able to bring to Belize, then it's probably not a good idea to come out here. Or at least a nice cushion to get yourself situated where you can create a product or make up, create a platform or something like that. You get what I'm saying? So if you don't have a way to sustain yourself primarily online, then I wouldn't suggest doing it. But there's plenty of opportunity out here. So like, for instance, I cook. I'm an excellent chef. Okay, ask anybody who's tasted my food. So I cook. So if I had the funds right now to go ahead and open up my own restaurant, if an opportunity presented itself, like there's so many places out here where you can open up a restaurant, where you can create things and employ some of the local Belizeans here, and or the the other African Americans or whoever you would like to, right? Because I could be talking to anybody. So whoever you would like to employ, you can employ some of your family members if they wanted to come out here and live with you as well. Whatever the case may be. Okay. So that's number 2. Also, before we get into number 3, I wanted to kind of give you guys a little background story because I realized this is my first video. Who am I, right? Who am I to tell you why you should or shouldn't move to Belize, right? My name is Blair, as I already introduced myself. I moved to Belize about 1.5 years ago with my family of 4, my husband and my 2 children, and we moved out here without ever visiting. I know, right? It's crazy, right? Yeah, I know. But we love it out here, okay? And we're not moving back. So, take it for what you will. We definitely have found the perfect spot for our family. We found like the perfect area for our family without ever stepping on the land before we got out here. We never took a vacation out here. None of that. The first time I got my passport stamped was when I was coming here with 9 bags and my children to move here. Okay? So that experience and me living here for 1.5 years qualifies me to tell you why or who, like why you should or shouldn't want to move out here, right? From what I've observed, take my advice if you will, and leave what doesn't apply, right? So, number 3, if you don't like wildlife, okay? I know that some people are deathly afraid of like spiders, scorpions, frogs, things like that. If you're afraid of small animals, it's probably not a good idea to move somewhere tropical, i.e. Belize. It's probably not a good idea because the sun is growing everything so well out here. There's more sun out here, right? So things grow a little bit bigger than they do in the States, right? Or somewhere else that doesn't get as much sun, right? There's no daylight savings here. So, because they don't need to save the daylight. They get plenty of it. They don't need to save none. So, with that being said, that kind of gives you an idea of how, the sun helps everything to grow. So things get a little bit bigger out here. People can get kind of sorry about that. I had to tend to my children. So some people are deathly afraid of like small animals, frogs, stuff like that. Some people are like nervous about like monkeys. Like I told my family back at home, like, oh, we have monkeys in our backyard, and I was excited, and they were like, oh my God, there's monkeys back there, and it's like, yeah, but they don't ever come down. Like they never leave the trees. Like everything is very harmonious here, so it's not like you have to worry about a monkey coming to attack you or steal your baby or anything crazy like that, so definitely if you are afraid of wildlife, spiders, including spiders, because the spiders out here be big, child, okay, scorpions, frogs. One time I saw a little snake. Any of those little things, like if you're afraid of any type of small animal or iguanas, we have a bunch of iguanas in our backyard, and hopefully if I know how, I'll try to like clip in so you guys can see the different, like I have different pictures of iguanas and frogs and stuff like that will just be like around our house, and also what else? Monkeys. The monkeys are always, they're not always, but they're in the trees, and sometimes at night you can hear them. There's a lot of wildlife out here. And then like you could be walking down the street and you'll see sheep on the side of the street, like so on the side of the road. Like there will be sheep, like if stuff like that scares you, probably not a good idea to like move out here, right? I mean, yeah, it's probably not a good idea to move out here. Okay, moving right along. So that was number 3. If you don't like wildlife, if wildlife freaks you out, if you're not a, nature person, then probably not the place for you. Number 4, if you need convenience in American stores and fast food, that's a big one. If you need the convenience of going to the Walmart that's 5 minutes away, of going to McDonald's and Burger King, if you're still eating that stuff, sorry to make the face, if you're still eating stuff like that, then, if that's your lifestyle and you're not looking to transition from that lifestyle and make your own burgers or do things at home, then Belize is not the place for you. Okay? Because Belize is not modernized. Belize is one of those places that is like, me and my husband always say, like, it's like you went back in time. It's like you're in the 90s, right? Here. They even still play like older music, which is really cool because, music back in the day was like, okay, let me calm down. Yeah, so if you need the convenience of like Walmart, there is no Walmart out here, honey. There is no Costco out here. There's no Lowe's. There's no Home Depot. Okay, there is no American-made stores out here. Okay, just so you understand what I'm saying. Okay, so if you're, if you're like, oh, I need to be able to go to the Walmart so I can just grab a few things, like, don't come out here, girl. This ain't the place for you, baby. This ain't for you. Okay, boo-boo? It's not to live. Out here, it's really a lot of, like I said, it's a lot of opportunity out here. It's a lot of room for growing things out here and plenty of land. And Belize is a beautiful place. But convenience is not it. Belize and convenience, they don't go together. Okay? It's not like they have convenience stores, and the convenience stores have everything in the convenience store. Like our convenience store up the street got everything you need to make a home cooked meal. I mean, everything, right? But you can't go up the street and go order you a pizza. Like, no, you're going to have to make that, baby. You're going to have to make that yourself. Okay, just let you know. I don't want you to be like, she ain't tell me. Why she ain't tell me? I told you. Don't come over here thinking you about to order Pizza Hut and Papa John's and them. It's not happening. You're going to have to make your own. Okay? All right. Because I was, me and my family. Okay, let me just tell y'all. Before we moved here, I lived in Georgia. And everything was 5 minutes away. We had Pizza Hut. We had Panda Express. We had Chick-fil-A. Okay? We had everything up the street. Everything. We had Walmart, and then we moved somewhere where it's not everything. We have the convenience store. We have another convenience store next to that convenience store, and across the street from one of the convenience stores is like the fruit lady. She has her own stand of fruits and vegetables and stuff like that, and that is about it until you get to the city. You can go to the city 15 minutes up this way, or you can go to the city, you can go to the further city 30 minutes that way, right? But we're in the perfect spot for us. So I'm happy. I don't need that convenience. But if you're one of those people who will pay extra for convenience and you're like this, you can't just pay extra for your convenience out here. That's not the way it works. Also, if good customer service, this is number 5, y'all. If good customer service is important to you, like if you get extremely uneasy and upset because you're not receiving good customer service, this is probably not the place for you. Don't get me wrong. Belizean people are very hospitable and they are, they're very kind people. However, they don't have that thing where you will, like, you're at work and they kind of serve you because you're at work. You know what I mean? Like, okay, let me not say that, because they will serve you if it's like a serving position, right? That That's their job, so they're gonna come and serve you. But they might not come back and check on you, right? Like they might drop your food off and then be gone until it's time for you to pay. You get what I'm saying? Like that's something that's normal out here. It's not a big thing. Nobody's like, I need to talk to your manager. That's just, it's just normal out here. And so, yeah. If good customer service is important to you, because there are places that you can go to eat and they have delicious food and it's very fresh. So if the customer service part is like super uber important to you, like if the server makes or breaks the experience for you, it's probably not a great idea to like come out here to live. You can come out here to vacation, and I'm sure, because I live on the inland of Belize and not on the like the islands part. So sorry about that. All right, sorry about that. Again, tending to my children. So the customer service thing. If customer service is a big stick for you, then may not want to come out here to live. But like I was saying, if you were like visiting and you went to like one of the islands or something like that, if you were like in San Pedro or on the beach, I'm sure that they will take very good care of you out there. But it's like, there's a certain laxity out here when it comes to how fast things move. You're not gonna get your food like super fast. Everything is fresh, so most things are fresh, so it's like you just have to wait. You have to be a patient person. So if you're not very patient, and patience is something that I'm learning, and I feel like most people need to learn, so if you're not open to learning being patient, then that's probably not some place you want to live. Okay, so now those are the 5 things. We're gonna go back over them. 1, if you can't take the heat, stay out of Belize. 2, if you don't have an entrepreneur spirit or you don't have a source of income to sustain yourself from wherever, then it's not a place where you can sustain yourself without having that. 3, if you don't like wildlife, if you don't like animals, if you have a problem with the creepy crawlies, the bugs. And I don't like bugs either, don't get me wrong. It's not like I'm like, oh, look at the bug. Like, I don't like bugs at all. However, I don't freak out when I see bugs, right? So if you're one of those hysterical people, then yeah, maybe not. And then 4, if you need convenience and American stores and fast food, if that's something that you can't live without, yeah. 5, if good customer service is very important to you, then again, probably not. Now, here's the bonus. The bonus is if you need an address, okay? If you're one of those people that loves to receive packages from Amazon and you're like getting packages to your house every week and you need an address and stuff like that, or if you want to send out a lot of packages and you want to send packages, they don't have, like I said, they're kind of back in the day, so they don't have a postal service here, and most homes, houses, structures do not have an address, right? So the way people get their packages and how people get their things, they will go through a service, and then they'll go pick up their stuff from that service, and then they pay the service to release their items. Okay, so if you guys have any other questions, leave it down in the comments below. Make sure you like this video if it at all helped you to understand that this is not the place that you want to live, or this is the place that you would like to live, or if it just gave you some insight on your options here in Belize. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you also comment and subscribe. Click the little bell, because I will be making more videos on Belizean living and on life being an expat living out of the country, what that experience was like. Also, I do offer consultations for people who are interested in moving to Belize and they're like, I know I want to move to Belize. I offer a discovery call where we can talk about your goals and you can ask as many questions as you want. And all that information is going to be down in the description below. And then we also have strategy sessions where we actually help you to plan out how you're going to make that transition from wherever you live in the States to Belize. Okay, so I hope this video was helpful to you. Thank you so much for all of your time and your comments, your likes, and support. And you guys have a great day. Peace.